Hello everybody and welcome to Uprising 144K. I'm Hydrogen Man. Everything stated on this video today, guys, are the opinions of the speaker and should not be construed as claims for or against any product or products. And with that being said, guys, none of this is obviously medical advice. I'm just going to give you guys my opinions, but there is also data. So with that, what is the best water filtration system in existence? What is going to make the absolute cleanest water? Because that's part of what I'm all about. I love water, love hydrogen, obviously love good health. And so let's just go ahead and get started. We got the Berkey, we got the alexapure, we have a carbondistiller here from mypurewater.com, and I also have an RO system and a normal carbon filter, but those are attached to the sink. And if you just want the simple answer, what makes the cleanest water, so you don't have to watch the whole video, hands down, there is no comparison to a carbondistiller. I mean, that's just, it's not even close, guys. This will make the absolute cleanest water possible, and eliminating all parasites, bacteria, viruses, obviously all the pharmaceuticals. I'll show you some third-party lab testing. Let me tell you the good and the bad, and we'll just go over it all. Because this is the cleanest water, and I love this the most and have had the best results in regards to health also, just by having the cleanest water. The positive and negative. So when it comes to the Berkey's okay. It's not my favorite, but I've had it and it's okay. But the problem is that when you have a lot of mineral in the water, places I think like Florida and whatnot, these filters get clogged all the time, and that's really frustrating. And the filters are extremely expensive. When you're distilling, you don't really need any filters, and the quality of the water, here's the interesting part when it comes to water filters, whether it's a carbon filter, RO filter, these gravity filters, whatever it is, the quality of your water is going to change every so many hundreds of gallons because the filters are getting dirtier. With a distiller, that doesn't really happen, because you're using the power of the hydrologic system. You're using the power of nature to rise the steam. There is no real filter. The only real filter in here is this little carbon one here. And I didn't even put it on, but it slides up under here. The reason I didn't put it on is because I'm putting water from either my RO system or through one of my carbon filters, or even some of these guys sometimes, to put in the device. So it's already filtered out the part that the carbon would ordinarily filter. Then I distill it, so I don't need it. But if I was putting straight tap water, then I would be using that right there, absolutely. So let's go over the pluses and the minuses. Gravity filters, in my opinion, are really just best for emergencies because they don't filter everything out. I have literally known people, including like a physician that was sick, that was using a Berkey with the fluoride filters, the whole thing, and it still wasn't getting everything out. And we've discovered that and figured out what was making her sick. And she got a carbon distiller, and of course she used a hydrogen, and then her issues mysteriously went away. And she had had them for a long time. So she was really happy with the results. So these are just not good enough in my opinion, because you don't know what's in the water. And there's so many things in the water these days. I just don't trust anything unless it's absolutely distilling it to the highest degree. If we compare these two, I like the alexapure more. It's more inexpensive, it's bigger. I like the new spigot more. So I do like this more than this one, but obviously this is what I use on the daily. This is more for emergencies, camping. I had the power go out before, so I had to rely just on this. And so that was kind of nice. But let me just go over again some of the other pluses and minuses. You also have to clean these guys all the time. This one, the only thing that you really have to clean is when you start getting all the buildup inside the tank, and you do one of those, not a citric acid cleaning. You always want to contact the company. This is from mypurewater.com. Ask them how to clean it. They use a product like Lumen, which is kind of like citric acid, and I think a mixture of like vinegar and water or something. So they would explain to you how to clean all that. I won't go into those details right now. Now, this does use electricity, but these filters are way more expensive. You constantly have to buy these, here's basically the filters. And in my opinion, they're extremely expensive. I think in the long term, this ends up being cheaper, but not only does it end up being more inexpensive, it's just all about the quality of the water. I don't care if this was a little more expensive. It is more expensive to purchase it, but the quality of your water is just not even close. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what happens with distilled water? I thought that it gets all the minerals out. This is why I buy these minerals. They're very inexpensive. I put just one drop to make all that. And then I add these to my smoothies. You can add it to your water. And I mean, getting minerals is not that difficult, guys. I make these smoothies if you haven't seen them, and they're just rich in minerals. In fact, you get the majority of your minerals from your food rather than your water. But however you want to, deal with that. So these, you do have to clean them up literally at least once a month, guys. Otherwise, it kind of becomes a pain. Then when they clog up, They're also kind of a pain. I've done videos on how to unclog the filters. It's kind of an inconvenience, but it just doesn't get everything out. Now let me show you, here's some third-party lab tests. And this stuff, guys, I mean, everything that it filters out, I mean, just pages and pages of stuff. And this is not everything that there is, but here's the PFAS. It's one of my, this stuff is known to cause cancer. Look how much it eliminates. 99.9, 99, I mean, everything. This is why I like a carbon distiller. Look at this, 99 point, I mean, it's eliminating everything, guys. And a lot of people don't realize that there can even potentially be, I mean, obviously the pesticides and everything else, herbicides, so many things, but what about radioactive contaminants? You would have never thought about that being in your water, right? How much is it removing? 99%. What about biological contaminants? You know, I mean, guys, there's so much stuff, and people don't realize that this is how nature actually does it. It all starts with the power of the sun, which is obviously made of pretty much entirely hydrogen, and it heats the water like from the ocean, and it rises with steam, and that's what these do. They're using that steam. The only difference is that the steam can only rise so high in the machine versus in nature that goes really high. So you use the carbon to just filter out the last little bits. There's a few little things, not much is left, stuff that's very easy to filter, and that's it. And then if you guys want discounts on any of these, I do have some codes. I'll try to put them below, but for the Berkey, actually, I didn't even get a discount code because I only like to get you discount codes for things that I personally really use and like. So for Alexapure, you can go to mypurewater, or I'm sorry, no, that's this one, mypurewater.com, and the discount code for this is uprising144K. The coupon code for the Alexapure, you just go to waterwith144.com, and you can get one of these. But again, in my opinion, this is just, it's not close. This is hands down the absolute best, cleanest water. These days with everything that we're going through, in my opinion, you want the cleanest water to protect yourself and your family. God knows what's in the water. The more I read reports, I cannot believe the kind of stuff we're dumping in our water these days, guys. And in my opinion, it's a very small price to pay. I believe this one's like 600 and something with the coupon code. They have a more inexpensive one. All the machines from this website are actually really, really great. They're all made in America, high quality metals. That's the reason that I use it, and that's the reason that I support it. So that's the reason I'm giving you guys the information. And the more inexpensive one with the code, the coupon, you can actually get it for like 500 and something. And these things, in my opinion, will last virtually a lifetime. I have another one of these, an older one. It's still working. And I got the new one because there was a few things on the old one that I wanted upgraded. But I mean, I believe these will pretty much last a lifetime. And they're, like I said, they're made in America. You can get more inexpensive stuff from China, but I just prefer not to when it comes to water and my health. So this is the way that I go. And I really, 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 really like them, obviously. And they work perfect in the hydrogen generator in regards to obviously keeping it clean. And then obviously you want that cleanest water. So don't forget to share, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to support the channel and make a comment below if you can. Let me know which ones you like also, or you can even just say thank you. It just helps the algorithm and helps the channel and helps the word get out so people can learn not only about clean water, but also clean hydrogen. It's all crucially important to your health, in my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time on the next one.